What's up, Fragrant World? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. My name is Justin Copeland. On this channel, Stay Fresh Productions, we talk about everything fragrance related. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, join the Fresh Squad today. Elevate your freshness. He knows what he's talking about. And who is this?
Hi, I'm Corbin again. It's been a long time since I've seen you guys from Northwest Scent, but super excited to be back on the channel. We're doing another collab. This will be fun again.
Yeah, this is round 2 of our previous collab. We're actually on the same bench. So
same exact spot.
The plan is redemption.
Yes.
That is my plan.
My plan is not to go down in luck at this point. I got to maintain that luck.
So if you missed the first video, what we're talking about, we've brought 5 fragrances each from houses that we are familiar with, but they're fragrances that we have not smelled. So we are showing each of our fragrances blindly. We have to sniff them and try to guess which house they're coming from based on how they smell.
And just to make it harder, because once we get to that last fragrance, you know, the house would be guaranteed because it's the last one left over. We actually have 6 houses to choose from, so that way it's like a 50-50 kind of throw up once we get to the last fragrance.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
just make it a little bit harder. Yeah, it should be fun again. Round 2, here we go.
Alrighty, let's do it.
All right, first fragrance right here. Okay, here you go. It's ready.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
And just like last time, theoretically, neither of us has smelled the fragrances that we're offering the other person. So
yes, in theory.
Yeah.
So this smells.
Does it smell familiar to you at all?
Yes and no. It has some familiar elements to it. It's kind of leathery and sweet, but I'm getting kind of like a saffron-like thing going on.
Oh, I could totally see that. Yeah.
It's pretty strong.
Probably not something good to wear right now.
No.
Out here in the heat.
No.
It's a hot day here, guys.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty sophisticated.
Yeah,
It's definitely very classy.
Sophisticated. It's kind of bold.
Not a gym scent.
No. No, it's like spicy, leathery, sweet. Options are Nishane, Kilian, Raja, Armani, Tom Ford, Bulgari.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and knock these off. It is not a Bulgari. This is not an Armani. This does not smell like a Kilian.
Process of elimination. That's pretty smart.
I didn't do that last time.
I don't think I did either. I was just like trying to figure it out. Yeah.
So but Raja? I don't know about Raja.
I know about Raja.
This feels too punchy for Raja. So it's like Tom Ford, Nishane, or Raja, but Raja is feeling shaky for me.
I think with Tom Ford, usually he names his fragrances based on kind of what's going on. You know, tobacco oud. You know what you're getting in it, azure lime or whatever. There's like lime in it. So if you think it's a Tom Ford, try and think of the fragrance that it could be, even if you haven't tried it.
I mean, the one that comes to mind would be Ombre Leather.
Do you own that one?
No.
Okay.
I've smelled samples of it in the past, and honestly, I mean, we're talking right when it came out.
Yeah.
And I wasn't crazy about it, at least on my skin.
Gotcha.
So I never really went back to it.
This is a tough one.
Yeah. I don't know what Nishane this would be. I've only smelled 4 of them or 5 of them, and not one of them was this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna upset the crowd here.
Oh no.
And maybe myself. This smells like a Tom Ford.
Okay. So he's got his final answer. It's Tom Ford.
That's what I'm gonna say.
All right. So that is actually Raja. That is Qatar. It's from the Gulf Collection. And this one, you know what? This actually, to me, I get a lot of similarities to Amber Oud. If you guys have tried Amber Oud, there is definite similarities between that fragrance and this one. I don't know if you've tried that one. This features peach and cotton candy, rose de mai, and then there's oud in here, of course. I think there might be some saffron, which you were getting. Just a very nice oud rose fragrance, which I know Raja does a lot of those.
Yeah.
This one's really unique with that cotton candy and that peach. It adds this kind of just intense sweetness, a little bit of this fruitiness. I really like this one a lot.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not getting much rose on this paper. At least it's coming off more of a fruity, I'm getting more of a fruitiness.
It's Rose de Mai, which to my knowledge is very special and different. It's I can't remember where, but it's only grown in the month of May, and there's something with it where it's really just like a kick-ass rose note. And I think it might have, I get more fruitiness from this. I'm not getting like a deep jammy rose or like a powdery rose. It's definitely more of that fruity side.
Man, that's nice. Very elegant. I mean, it was really hitting me at first.
It's strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only had to do one spray. I knew if I...
Well, off to a great start.
Okay, my turn.
Okay, here's the bottle. Okay, here you go.
Okay, I'm nervous. Whoa. This is gonna sound strange, but this is like sour.
Okay.
Almost. I'm getting like a very sour smell, and not like a citrusy sourness. You know, it's just kind of different. It's very sour. I don't know how else to say it other than that. It is fruity though too. Floral as well. I'm getting like a powdery kind of floral nature from this.
Sure.
Man, this is literally jumping off this tester strip. Like, this is loud.
Yeah.
But it's fresh.
I just sprayed it once.
Yeah.
It's pretty potent.
I'm just gonna eliminate Guerlain, which was the first house I eliminated last time and I was wrong, so hopefully not the same story here.
Okay.
Diptyque fragrances are kind of strange. They're definitely wearable and nice, but they're not, I wouldn't call them mass appealing in general.
Okay.
And I'm not saying this is like mass appealing, but I don't know, this just doesn't smell something as quirky and bombacious as a Diptyque fragrance would be. Serge Lutens, in my experience, they're usually really dark, kind of resinous, powdery, just sweet. This is a little sweetness, but it's more dominated, at least in that opening, by like kind of this soury, fruity nature with a very dominant kind of powdery floral. And like I said, it's loud and it's a fresh fragrance. In my experience, Mancera fragrances, they're beast mode, even their fresh offerings. And I can't really think of anything else on this list that has that style of DNA. I've tried a few of those Manceras.
Yeah, man.
They're beast mode. I'm gonna guess Mancera. Just because this thing is just jumping way off the...
Really loud, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's Gucci. This is Gucci Guilty Absolute Parfum.
Wow.
Does this smell like really feminine to you?
Not really. I think, no. Not a,
Yeah, I don't think so either.
no, I would honestly feel comfortable wearing this.
Same.
know-
I've worn it several times. It is dominated by rose,
Okay.
blackberry as well. It's very tart. And I think the tartness on paper can come off a little sour.
I think tart is a better adjective in this case. That's kind of what I was meaning. Yeah, it's tart. It's not like sour, like, you know, like Sour Heads, the candy, where it's like, but it's tart. You're right.
Yeah,
It's got
totally. Yeah, it's not like super juicy, sweet fruitiness in
No.
there, you know. It kind of crosses the line between masculine, feminine sense, even though it is obviously on the bottle marketed for women, but
Yeah, I mean, don't always look at the bottle
Yeah.
and think it, even if it says pour femme or pour homme, that you have to be a male or a female to wear it. You can't put a gender on a note.
exactly.
So-
exactly.
No, that smells great, and I've talked about this before. I like rose occasionally. It really has to be done right. So I'm surprised that I enjoy this as much as I do.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, Alberto Marias.
Master.
So-
Master.
There you go.
He does great things.
Yes, he does.
All right, so you're next, I think.
Turn around, yeah.
All right, let's see here. What do I want to go with? Okay. Here you go.
Okay. So we can get one. Interesting. This is very fresh, citrusy, herbaceous.
You don't think you've smelled this one before?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's present, but it's subtle. It's not really hidden me.
A little bit fleeting.
Not even fleeting. It's just like it doesn't smell dense.
That's kind of like what you were saying last time with Tom Ford's Oud Wood Intense. It's kind of got like this more dense core, but it's kind of airy.
Yeah, totally.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, this is like very fresh citrus, maybe bergamot, very bright, but I'm getting something green in there.
I agree with everything you're saying.
Okay, so you know it's not Raja. This is not Killian. This is not in his style. It's not Armani. I haven't smelled a ton of his fresher offerings.
Gotcha. Like Neroli Portofino and those.
Yeah, I haven't smelled. I've smelled them in passing in Sephora. Like I have Mandarino di Amalfi Acca, this is not it, of course.
Right. I used to own that one. That one's really nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
But I'm not getting an overdose in the Neroli, so it doesn't really smell like that soapiness that
Right.
you would expect. Ishane, I know they have a bergamot that I have not smelled.
Okay. That's not Ambra Calabria, is it?
That might be the one I'm thinking of. Maybe that's not right though.
I sampled that one too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna repeat. This is harder than it looks, guys.
Yeah, it's a lot harder. Bulgari, I don't think this is a Bulgari. This is not really aquatic. And there's nothing reminiscent of the sea or sea saltiness or seaweed or anything like that.
I agree.
So I'm gonna knock that off. It's between Nishane and Tom Ford. Tom Ford, will you just take a rest? He's always always an eligible contender for some reason.
It's because he has such a broad spectrum of
know, I
fragrances.
hate
Like
it.
with that, I think he has some that kind of smell like this style.
Yeah, he does.
Oh my gosh.
Nishane or Tom Ford. Lord. Gosh, this is
The same people are gonna be pissed next when they see Tom Ford guest again. Sorry, guys.
man, this is tough. I
Okay.
will say that it's not as potent as I would expect from a niche Chardonnay. Could it be Armani? Unless is that the throwaway house? That's the thing.
Yeah, we got one of those throwaways.
I don't know which Armani this would be. Man, gosh.
Well, just remember, I chose ones you haven't smelled, so you probably won't recognize
Wait
them.
a minute.
Uh-oh.
Now it's starting to remind me of an Armani. What in the world? But it even smells like too high quality for that.
I would say go with your gut.
It does not smell like a niche Chardonnay. It doesn't smell strong enough. This is not a Bulgari, obviously not a Raja. I don't think it's a Tom Ford, not a Killian. Armani. It smells kind of designer. I'm gonna go with it, Armani.
That is a great guess, because you are right. I tried to help him out.
Oh man, I was thinking maybe it's that new one.
It is. You know what's funny? How you said this doesn't smell like an Armani? I just did my first impressions.
Yeah.
My first impressions are I got basically zero of the Acqua di Gio DNA in here. I could not tell this was a flanker upon opening. You were saying it's green. I agree. That was the first thing I thought of, was like, this smells coniferous.
Yeah.
It smells green. This one has cypress. There's rosemary in here. There are citruses like bergamot and I think lemon, lavender, aquatic notes.
Okay. The funny thing is that on paper, the more I smelled it, it started to remind me of the original Acqua di Gio.
Same thing. I did a 30-minute pause when I did my impression, and I came back and I started doing it again, and I was like, I'm getting more of that DNA now.
Yeah.
The opening, you get none of the Acqua di Gio DNA in this fragrance. It's really strange.
I mean, it's nice.
Same. I was like, it's just another blue fragrance.
Oh man, that's too bad.
Yeah, just another blue fragrance. Yeah, guys, not a fan of this one. Pretty basic smelling.
Yeah.
And Justin agrees, I think. Me?
You?
Oh no.
Okay, here's the bottle. Okay, you're good.
I was listening for that atomizer. I'm using his tricks. I was like, what does this sound like?
Trust me, the tricks don't work.
You have to be a musician to do that. Okay, wow. Yeah, this is another really fresh fragrance. This one, there's some kind of tea note or pepper. No, I'm almost getting like peppermint tea.
Okay.
I mean, like a peppermint tea kind of vibe
with that.
But it's fresh. It's kind of backed up by a little bit of this powdery nature. To me, striking me again as kind of a floral. I would say maybe a white floral. It's almost a little bit soapy, which would make me think of some kind of jasmine or neroli note. And there are some citruses present too. This is really pleasant. I like this more than the Gucci already.
Okay.
And I like the Gucci too, so this is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta choose the houses. I'm gonna start eliminating. So, again, I don't think this is a Guerlain.
Okay.
I don't think this is a Serge Lutens. Obviously no Gucci here. Azzaro. I don't know if I'm getting an Azzaro feeling from this. I feel like this is a Mancera or a Diptyque.
Okay.
Dang.
So it smells pretty strong.
This is really strong. Yeah, this is popping off again.
Okay.
You know, sometimes with fresh fragrances, you put it on the paper and it seems like all the notes are trapped. You really have to like dig your nose, your nostrils into there to get it.
Totally.
I feel like this is just coming right off. I'm gonna go with Mancera again.
Mancera.
That's gonna be my guess. 2 Mancera guesses in a row.
Man, now that's gonna be the
Yeah, that's gonna be the new Tom Ford.
Mancera's everything.
Everything smells like Mancera. Come on, guys.
All right, so this is Guerlain.
Oh no.
This is Erba Fresca. This is from the Acqua Allegoria line. I'm not sure if you smelled this line.
I have not tried any. This is like their more like niche style fragrances. I mean, I know they're a niche house.
This is, in fact, it's like, it's weird. It is its own kind of dedicated collection. It comes across as niche with the presentation, but scents-wise, not really. At least nowhere near like, you know, what do they call it? Like Tonka Imperial and Double Vanille, whatever the heck that thing is. It's not like that. Like that's what I would consider like their niche side. And even like their mysterious woods, things like the Bois Mysterio and which are kind of similar bottle as this, but this is like soup. Everything is fresh.
Okay.
Everything's based on citrus. This is based on, you pretty much got it, green tea and mint.
Okay.
But it's a spearmint.
Yep.
With lemon, with I think there's Lily of the Valley in there. It's very minty. Honestly, to me, this smells like chewing gum. I get like a spearmint chewing gum for a little bit, but then at least up close. But once you let it dry, it's actually nice. I think Mathilde Laurent, who has done a lot of Cartier's fragrances, I really like her stuff.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I honestly don't think I've tried any from that line. All the Guerlains I've tried are the L'Homme Ideals, and then I don't know if they're a line, but like the Vetiver All the, you know, those bottles. I haven't been able to try these. I've been kind of intrigued, so I'm glad you actually brought one.
Yeah, and
that's really solid.
I have another one, which is called Titsura, which is another tea scent, but it's mostly tea with chamomile and lemon, and it's really nice.
They love tea in this house, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't mind it. I love tea and fragrances too. Yeah, that's like that is so relaxing smelling.
Yeah,
that just puts you in a good mood. Wow.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Uplifting and relaxing all at the same time. I think.
Oh, yeah, that one's pretty solid. You're up now.
Yes, I'm up.
All right, let's go. Here you go.
Thank you. Let's see. Ooh. What in the world? This is bizarre.
Yeah, that one's super different from other things that I've tried from them.
Oh my gosh. I can't even describe this. It's like kind of sweet, but also kind of bitter, kind of fresh.
Mm-hmm.
There's something dusty or powdery almost in the background.
Yeah.
This is so strange.
Yeah, it's really hard fragrance to kind of place in like a specific situation. You're like, would I wear this in the heat? Would I wear this in the cold?
Honestly,
like,
I don't know. That's not a Bulgari. I don't believe so. Obviously not Armani, not Raja. This doesn't seem like a Killian. I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm smelling in terms of notes.
What I picked out from it was actually a lot different than the actual notes, surprisingly.
Okay.
Because when I first did it, I didn't look at the note breakdown. I wanted to kind of go in blind.
Yeah.
And I was kind of surprised to look at the note breakdown.
This is like, I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is lemon. But the blend here is just like wild. It's like everything is just mixing together.
I think it's put together pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't think it feels like anything is in there that shouldn't be.
Yeah, I think I'm left with Tom Ford. I'm left with Nichane. Song's back, which is great.
Yeah. Sorry for the construction behind you guys.
This is tough. This is tough. I'm having a hard time placing this.
Yeah.
Nichane. Seems a little subtle for that. It's strong, but not that strong. Killian. I'm not really feeling Killian on this. Tom Ford. Thomas Ford.
Why are you always popping up? Why always in my mind?
I just have no idea what the heck this would be.
I'd say go with your gut.
My gut has failed me. It's also
helped.
Yeah, it has.
You knew that first fragrance is a Parfum de Marly. In the last video, you knew, but you were listening to the atomizer.
Okay, it's weird. As I was smelling it, I was kind of letting it come to me, and it was smelling different.
Oh yeah, you're trying to kind of get the sillage effect from it.
And now I'm getting a kind of a suntan lotion vibe, which I did not get before, which would lead me back towards Tom Ford. I don't want to waste too much more time. I'm just gonna say it, Tom Ford.
All right, he's got his final guess, I think, and you are right. That is, again, that is Soleil Brûlante.
Oh, I actually got a Tom Ford right.
Yeah, we got our Tom Ford right.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It was weird. Up close, I felt I was being strangled by it in terms of like, it's like looking at an image so close and you can't even see what the heck it is.
Yeah, no,
kind of thing.
This thing is really dense and heavy for a warm weather fragrance. It's made for the warm weather because it's a flanker of it's in the Soleil line. You know, you got Soleil Brûlante, Soleil Niche, but this is like a gourmand take on that DNA. So this one, I was going to give you a hint that if you were having trouble, I know you'd seen a video of me do it, a review on it.
Yeah.
But you got it figured out. And so to me, I get a lot of vanilla, caramel, and coconut, but none of those are notes. This has amber. There's no coconut. There is some white flowers. There's actually a lot of citruses in the top, surprisingly, and there's honey.
Honey?
Yeah, honey is what threw me off. I kind of interpreted it as a caramel note, but there's honey in here.
Dang.
So I think the amber in this case is really not so much powdery. It's more of like a syrupy, kind of vanillic amber.
Yeah.
And there's no coconut in here, but I definitely smell coconut.
I thought I do. I mean, honestly, again, it wasn't until I happened to pull the paper away as I was sniffing and I got it in the air, and it's like I got a little bit further away from it.
Yeah.
In terms of a wider view, and I'm like, wait a minute, that smells like suntan lotion.
Yep. That's exactly how the other Soleil flankers go. It's gonna be hard to wear in the high heat, but I think nighttime maybe, or if you do a couple of sprays in the warm weather.
Yeah.
That
I mean, if you're
killer.
at the beach too, I think you can get away with that.
Oh, totally.
Even,
Yeah.
even in the sun.
It's kind of a fun scent, I
Yeah,
think.
that's nice.
Reflective gold bottle is pretty sweet.
That'll catch some attention for sure.
You got some bling bling on your fragrance bottle.
Just wear it as a necklace around your neck.
Right there. Okay, so you are 2 for 3, right?
So far, 2 for 3.
I am 0 and 2. Dang, I am
Oh, but
slacking.
There's still time.
There's still time
to
for.
pick it up. This is where I was at. Don't forget.
That's true.
It
Yeah.
wasn't until the last 2 that I caught a stride.
Yeah, that's true.
So, alrighty, here is the bottle.
Man, if I think this is a Mancera again. Dang.
I won't judge you. That's what I'm say. Okay, you're up.
All right. Wow, you brought a lot of freshies this time around. This one's.
That was not planned.
This smells kind of familiar.
Okay.
This is the first one that's kind of piquing some kind of scent memory that I don't know what it is, but I
Okay.
can kind of.
I don't blame you for that at all.
Yeah, those last 2 were brand new to me. Never smelled anything like them.
Yeah, what do you feel like you're getting out of it?
I'm just gonna say citrusy again. You know, I mean, that's just how it's. That's the first thing kind of popping out.
Yeah, freshness, you can usually count on that.
There's kind of this zestiness to it almost. It's giving me like almost like a citrus rind where it's kind of zesty. It's it's kind of got this like almost bitter quality to it,
Got
but
it.
not like in an off-putting way.
Totally get that.
This one's not coming across quite as strong as the last couple, but
Okay.
I don't know. There might be something kind of floral going on. Kind of green too.
Okay.
I'm getting kind of a green feel.
Okay.
If it's vetiver, it's the cleanest vetiver I've ever smelled.
Okay.
But okay, so I'm just gonna eliminate a few houses here.
Okay.
Azaro, Serge Luton. I'm back to Mancera and Diptyque, just like the last fragrance. They're gonna hate me for this. So I'm gonna go Mancera again, I think. I don't know. I'm trying to think. What would this? I definitely haven't smelled this. Like I said, it's familiar, but I'm gonna go with Mancera.
You feel like that's what your gut's saying?
I don't know.
Sometimes you don't know. That's all right, buddy. You want to go with that?
Yeah, I think I'll go with that.
You're correct. This is a
Dang.
Mancera. This is kumquat wood.
Oh,
Honestly, this smells like Terre d'Hermes to me, but it's like a little sweeter, a little softer. Is that what you get?
yeah. As soon as you said Terre d'Hermes, that's
Yeah.
why I brought up vetiver earlier. I feel like
There
it.
is vetiver.
Terre d'Hermes to me is a very wearable vetiver.
Yeah.
I don't get any filthiness from it.
No.
It's like a kind of dry,
It's
woody
very
vetiver.
peppery
Yeah.
and dry, woody vetiver. This is a cleaner vetiver. There's cedar wood in here as well.
Okay.
You do have grapefruit. You have bergamot. There's some spices. There are some florals tucked in the heart.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not a typical because this is. I think this is pretty strong, but not as strong as some other Manceras.
Yeah, like I was trying to use strength to my advantage. Like, how much do I feel this coming off the tester and trying to use that? But
Yeah.
this one was striking me a little bit lighter, and that's why I was almost second guessing myself there that it was Mancera. I was like, this
Yeah.
isn't really punching my nose.
Yeah.
This smells amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
To me, it's like a playful Terre d'Hermes. A little bit more youthful, perhaps.
I think we got another bottle coming in here soon. Another Mancera edition is going to be coming to my collection.
Kumquat wood. Yeah, no one really talks about this one. I blind bought it.
Somebody on my channel just recommended me this one, actually.
Really?
Yeah, they were just commenting, like, you need to try this one. I was
need-
like, I'll look into
I
it.
don't wear it nearly enough. I haven't worn it since last summer, so I'm gonna wear it more
Yeah.
coming up.
Man, the sillage in this would be incredible,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it smells really nice.
I'm glad I got one finally.
There you go. Hey man, you got it. Trusted yourself.
All right, you are up.
All right.
All right,
Okay.
you are good.
All right. Let's see about that.
Yep.
Woohoo! Wow.
Those were my first thoughts as well.
This is really nice.
Oh yeah.
It's citrusy. It's kind of sharp, but there's something kind of fruity, sweet in the background. It's kind of mouth-watering.
Yep, I agree.
In a citrusy quality though.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know it's not Raja, not Armani, not Tom Ford. We got
Killian.
Bulgari, Killian, and
And Nishane.
Chardonnay. Man, I know I haven't smelled this yet. It smells pretty complex. Yeah, it has this beautiful blend of bitter but sweet
Yep.
kind of happening together.
Yeah.
That's so nice. Man, that's good. What is this?
This was my same exact reaction when I first tried this one. I was like, this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I need this in my collection. Got it the next day.
So, Bulgari, I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, I've smelled the whole Aqua line, maybe apart from the original actually, but
Oh, and like the little puck-shaped
Yeah.
bottles. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's not it. In terms of like their like man line, the ones I haven't spent a ton of time with are Glacial Essence and Wood Essence.
Do you think it's pretty strong
It's fairly strong.
for a fresh fragrance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I smell everything kind of all at once.
He's gonna be mind blown when he figures out what this is.
It also does not smell like a Killian. Gosh, honestly, it almost reminds me of a Raja, but obviously it's not a Raja.
Maybe I stuck 2 in there. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Nishane is all that would be left. Killian is a maybe, but I don't think so. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, I put him in a tough place here with what he's left
Yeah.
with. But the one thing is clear that you like it, right?
I really love this.
Is that your favorite that you've tried today so far, you think?
Yeah, this is definitely having the strongest impact.
Okay.
For sure.
It's moving you the most.
Yeah, I'm prepared to get this wrong here. It doesn't smell strong enough for Nishane. I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna say Nishane. That's wrong, but that's my answer.
Okay, so Nishane is your final guess.
Yes.
So unfortunately, your little win streak, or your correct streak, has
Yeah.
been broken. That is a Bulgari. That
You know
is
what?
from the La Gem line. This is Tigar.
Honestly,
Tigar.
I know. I forgot about that. That bottle
Yep.
came into my head
Yep.
while I was sniffing.
Have you tried any from this line?
No, not at all.
So that was tough for him. He hasn't tried any from this line. And I will say, this doesn't smell like anything else I've tried from Bulgari. Not even
No.
close. You want to know the note breakdown for this? Mm-hmm. 3 notes. Grapefruit,
Okay.
woody notes, ambroxan. That's it. They don't even say ambergris, they call it ambroxan. I was completely blown away when I smelled this because I got, even though it's fresh, it's a pretty complex fresh
Yeah.
fragrance. I just did a video on 5 like beast mode fresh fragrances, and I usually get like at least 12 hours wearing this.
Wow.
This thing lasts and lasts and
Okay.
lasts. I had to air out a room one time because I did a couple of sprays and it was too strong.
Wow.
So I had to, yeah, this stuff is beast mode.
Okay.
It's one of the best grapefruits I've ever smelled
Yeah,
in a
definitely
fragrance.
grapefruit, definitely. I feel like I'm getting some kind of sweetness that I don't really know where that's coming
It's a sweet
from.
grapefruit, and yeah, it's because I've always thought grapefruit was kind of bitter, but
But it's weird because it has it has qualities of both, like bitter and sweet.
it does. They've just done amazing with this one, in my
really
opinion.
nice, man.
Yeah.
Well, what's the price on that?
Oh man, I think retail is $320 for the 100 ml. You can find this kind of discounted. I know fragrancebuy.ca. I'm pretty sure they carry the La Gem line. It's kind of hit or miss which one you'll find, but I think the best you'll find this for, discounted for a brand new bottle, is like probably $250. So for the 100 ml, yeah, it's expensive, but it smells so dang good,
Yeah.
and it lasts and lasts
Man,
and
well,
lasts.
sounds like you get your money's worth.
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay, here's the bottle. Okay. You are good.
All right, here we go. Oh, wow. This is assertive, but not arrogant, if that makes sense.
I get that.
I know I have not smelled this, but it's giving me reminders of something.
Okay.
This is really, really nice. And this is, so the last 3 were fresh. This is definitely, I would say, more of a fall, winter style fragrance.
Sure.
It's not super dense. You could probably get away with this if you wanted to in the warm weather, but I think this is seemingly more tailored for cooler weather.
Okay.
Kind of barbershop-y in a way.
Okay.
I'm getting like a faint kind of barbershop almost, and I would say more on like the shaving cream side of barbershop, you know, kind of this like foamy,
Okay.
clean kind of creaminess, but that's in the background. At the forefront, I'm definitely getting some kind of booziness, some spices, a little bit sweet as well. There's a definite sweetness here.
Yeah.
So I think, to me, this is mostly spicy, boozy, sweet, and then I'm kind of getting like a barbershop feel
Okay.
in the background. As far as, I need to look at the houses. Diptyque, Serge Luton, Azzaro. I'm just gonna say it right now, this is not a Diptyque. I'm pretty confident in that.
Okay.
This could totally be a Serge Luton because it's kind of giving me those, like I said, in all the ones I've tried, they've been fairly dark. I feel like it's heavy notes, but there's more space between them or something. Like they're not as compacted.
Okay.
You know, I'm 50-50 right now between Serge Luton and Azzaro. I'm gonna go with Azzaro, I think. There's something that is familiar here. I'm more familiar with that house over Serge Luton, so I
Got
feel
it.
more comfortable choosing that. So I think this is an Azzaro.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Be right, be right.
You're right. Oh. Porum Intense.
Everybody's been talking about this one. I've seen you talk about this thing. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to try this yet. I have the original. I actually have a vintage bottle. It's a little 30 mil
Nice,
from like
nice.
the 80s, and I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. That's probably where I'm getting that barbershop
Totally.
feel.
It has that DNA in there. It does have cinnamon. It has brandy, so you nailed all that.
Oh.
Spices and booze.
Okay. I got the guess right, but I really wasn't obviously super confident in my guess. I think this smells really nice, and I would totally be willing to pay anything under $50 for this easily.
Yeah.
I think that's a good bang for
Yeah.
your buck. This smells really, really
Yeah.
nice. So
Yeah.
I got to add this to my.
And again, you don't pay much for it.
So you're on your last one, I think, right?
Last one.
All right. Got to show them the bottle. Okay. You're up.
Right. Let's see here. Last one. Interesting. Okay. So we've knocked off many of these. No Bulgari, no Tom Ford, no Armani, no Raja. Killian or Nichane. If anything, it's on the fresher side of things, but I wouldn't call it bona fide fresh.
It's not like a Dior Homme cologne or
No.
something like that. Yeah.
No, I mean, there's possibly some bitter citrus. But it's a little green as well.
I'm actually gonna look up the notes for a
Yeah,
sec because
yeah.
I forgot all the notes in this one.
This is nice. Killian or Nichane. I mean,
I picked this one on purpose.
sure. It honestly doesn't smell all that complex. At least I'm not getting a lot of different elements. They're just kind of blending together into certain accords, but
Yeah.
it smells herbaceous in a way.
I'll just give you one hint. This one deviates from the norm of the house quite a bit, but I mean, I think that could apply to either of them. Tough one, guys.
Killian, Nichane. I put my mind in the state of Killian. If this was a Killian I hadn't smelled, what could it be? His fragrances are so they're often dark or gourmand or boozy,
Yeah.
or all of the above. He does have some pretty heavy white floral stuff for the women. I haven't smelled like Bamboo Harmony, things like that, which it's like this could be close to something like that, if anything, but I don't know what else it would be from Killian.
And have you tried all the fresh stuff from Nichane? For the most part, that's like
not
what?
really.
There's Wulong Cha, there's Ambra, Calabria,
Yeah, I haven't smelled any of those.
Hassavat. I'm trying to
I've
think about.
smelled Hassavat, but this is not Hassavat.
Yeah, not even close.
Yeah.
I think you got it, Justin.
I'm just gonna say Killian.
That your final guess?
Yeah.
All right, I'm pulling it up. So that is Killian. That is Bamboo Harmony. You said the name. You said the name.
Wow.
I winked at them when you said Bamboo Harmony.
Oh man.
Yeah, but you said yourself you haven't smelled this one.
No,
so,
I haven't. But just doing process of elimination, just based on the names and
Exactly.
and what each fragrance could smell like, I'm like,
Yeah.
if this was a Killian, I
This-
don't know what else it would be.
This is the most different Killian that I've smelled. Like all the other ones I've tried, they're really
Yeah.
heavy. Like
This
you said,
is
gourmand.
very like kind of introspective and humble. It smells like humility. to
Yeah,
me. It
yeah.
does not smell like a Killian.
Humble person would wear
Yeah.
this. When I first smelled this, I thought of soap. I got like a very high quality bar of soap.
Okay.
That's like just where my mind went. As far as notes, I think there's bergamot in here. There's bitter orange. There is neroli,
Okay.
bamboo, green tea, I think, or not green tea, just tea.
Tea. Okay.
So I think
This is beautiful.
I think the neroli here and the bitter orange are kind of working together, for me at least, to give me
Yeah.
this soapy feel. Very clean smelling
Yeah.
fragrance.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty fleeting though. It's not like the most.
Yeah, it's definitely fleeting, which kind of leaned me towards Killian. Even though Killian is not a slouch house,
No.
but Nichane, I feel like they never do weak stuff.
No, they're all they're all X-rays.
Yes.
Yeah, nice job. You got that.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That
but
was a total fluke.
what do you think? What do you think of this one
I
overall?
think it smells great. Very relaxing scent. Very kind of subdued, understated. I'd love to see how it smells on skin and kind of around you in the
yeah,
air.
yeah. I've only worn it a few times so far,
Okay.
but I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love the bottle too. Wow.
Yeah, I know the blue is really,
Yeah.
really
Rich.
nice. One of the better looking
Gorgeous.
Killians.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
Oh, I'm on my last one now, right?
That's right. Okay, I'm gonna show the bottle. Okay.
Ooh, that just hit me.
Yeah, I don't think this will be too hard.
That is beast mode.
It's pretty
Jeez.
strong.
Oh wow. Diptyque and Serge Luton. What is this? This smells kind of familiar again, but I don't think I've smelled this, if that makes
Okay.
sense. It's just
Okay.
the aspects of it.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm getting from this one's kind of tart again. Seems like a very photorealistic citrusy kind of fragrance. There's something herbal in here too. It is very citrus heavy forward, kind of like I was saying, tart, but I am getting I feel like a white floral touch again, kind of powdery soapy almost. And there is kind of something herbal here too.
Okay.
So of Diptyque and Serge Lutens, the fragrances that I've tried from each house, Diptyque, in my experience, is definitely fresher, lighter. Like I was saying earlier, they're kind of weird and quirky sometimes with their fragrances that they do in a very wearable way, but this doesn't really strike me that quirky or like off the wall.
Okay.
But it's definitely not striking me as something that, I don't know, that Serge Lutens would put out in my experience. Dang.
Hard left.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with Diptyque. I think that's gonna be my final guess. Yeah, that's just my instinct. Find out here soon. And I'm wrong.
That's correct.
It is.
This is L'Eau de L'Eau.
Wow. Is this a different bottle, or what's going on here with the bottle?
It's an older fragrance. It doesn't, I don't believe it comes in the other bottles.
The weird kind of like the O-shaped bottle.
Because this is 100, those are 50. I don't think it comes in a 50, because I've heard this might even be discontinued.
This smells really nice. This is awesome.
Yeah, this was Olivier Pichot.
Oh, okay.
A lot of stuff going on. Lemon, mandarin, you do have petitgrain. You do have a lot of cloves and ginger and cinnamon, so tons of spice, lavender.
Dang.
You know, orange blossom is in there a little bit, benzoin, tonka bean. It's very, very layered.
Wow, you said all those spices, benzoin, tonka bean. I'm not getting anything near that level of like density.
Yeah,
this is
those
really,
are really deep in the base, and maybe only get them in the far dry down. But spices and citrus, especially those cloves, they're intense. They can be intense. But it's very kind of gentlemanly scent. I feel like upscale. It is fresh, but it's more of a fresh, spicy, I'd say.
I feel like on skin this would probably be a little bit heavier or something.
Yeah,
I'm definitely getting most of the citruses.
It's spicier on skin.
Okay.
The citruses are not, again, on paper, citruses are just like, huh, they just have a field day.
Yeah.
But on skin, they get buried by everything else.
They're trying to escape and they can't.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one I'm going to be eyeballing then from Diptyque. I only have one from the house. I have Tam Dao, the Eau de Toilette.
Okay.
Really nice woody sandalwood fragrance.
Yeah.
Kind of pencil shavings vibe. Super solid. I like that a lot.
Cool. Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think we ended up tied. Did you get 3?
I got 3. Did you get 3?
Yeah, I got 3 as well.
Tied.
So, evenly matched, as we can see.
I'll take it. That's perfect.
Yeah, no, there's no loser.
Yeah.
That felt more intense.
It did.
First time.
I think the houses we picked this time were just a little bit more out there and maybe out of our comfort zone.
Exactly. It
But
wasn't quite as clear cut all the time.
No.
Yeah.
We cut down our Tom Ford guesses a little bit.
That's right. That's right. Okay, well, Corbin, it's great to have you on the channel once again.
Yes, thank
great
you.
Great to sniff and great to share and exchange and, you know, explore things on camera. It's always fun to do it live, you know, so.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure this won't be the last time we see you because we literally are minutes from each other.
Yeah, surprisingly. Yeah, a lot closer than you'd think.
Yeah. So once again, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave us a comment. You know, let us know what you thought of our performance this time around. Did we do better, worse, whatever it may be? Any of these fragrances you like, let us know what you think of them. Again, please join the Fresh Squad by subscribing. If you like this video, click like. It really helps out so much. And make sure you subscribe to Corbin. His channel is going to be down below in the description. But with all that being said, thanks so much for tuning in. Peace. We'll see you in the next one.